And with all of those wins came several tremendous individual accomplishments by members of the 1990 American League champions. At this time, we direct your attention to the home plate area, where American League President Dr. Bobby Brown, A's owner and managing general partner Walter Haas, and A's President and Chief Executive Officer Wally Haas will serve as presenters for tonight's awards. He hit for a career-high .325 batting average, which ranks second in the American League. He led the league in runs scored, on-base percentage, and stolen bases with 65, which leaves him 2 shy of Lou Brock's all-time stolen base record. His brilliant 1990 season earned him the American League's Most Valuable Player Award. Ladies and gentlemen, Rickey Henderson.
Interesting crowd reaction for Rickey Henderson, Joe. They're applauding his action of last year and perhaps overlooking the fact that they're a little bit discontented with him so far this season because of the contract problem.
Yeah, if we had any question, which we talked about a little while ago, how Rickey would be received, this pretty much answers it as he receives a standing ovation here in his hometown.
He's a pretty emotional guy, as we saw in an interview he did, a national interview he did the other day. Actually had got tears in his eyes, and so, you know, this will be very meaningful for him tonight, the fact that these people gave him a warm welcome. We have much more coming ahead on opening night. We'll be back.
It should be a pretty good pitch for Lance Blankenship to hit also, so it's one of those right now you might forget about Rickey stealing the base and take a shot at that pitch if it's down the middle.
It's a 30-yard dash, not quite 30 yards, because you got a good lead off first base. Rickey's walking away. Draws the throw. This is what a base stealer can do to a pitcher. It just changes your game. This time he didn't go, but it's going to be a base hit. Rickey's at third. Blankenship is at first. It's a 2-1 ball game. Nobody out. And hits it to left. And he hits it deep. Over the head of Howell in left field. Blankenship is being waved home. And the throw misses the relay man, and the A's take the lead on Canseco's double.
Strong swing by Canseco. Didn't think it had a chance to get out, but for Jack Howe, who has not played that much in left field, the ball right over his head, very tough. Not being able to determine how quickly or how far he's going to have to go back on the ball. And, of course, ball hit very hard.
Base hit left field. Mark McGuire's come through with another 2-out RBI. He's not had a lot of them this year, but they've all been just like that. Matter of fact, one of them was a game winner at the end of a game. Pops this one up, and that may not be deep enough to score Blankenship. We'll see. Bologna drops the ball. Well, Canseco doesn't know it yet. He's out at second base. He was caught between a rock and a hard spot. They get Canseco with Henderson ending up at first.
It's going to be an RBI because Blankenship was tagging all the way, and I think that's why Louis, having trouble with the sun, and tried to move the ball from the glove to the hand and make the throw, but unless he would take the red eye.
Now Rickey Henderson's going to be on. Hit by pitch to Robinson.
Third baseman.
Now Lou Brock looking on. Maybe he was thinking those thoughts as you said that. Just a matter now of how much that's going to affect Rickey. Of course, Willie Wilson got hit very hard by Ray Cassian in Minnesota the other day, or the other night. Could barely make it to first base and ended up stealing second.
Yeah, 3 pitches later, he's gone. All right, the crowd starts humming a little bit here.
Robinson with those pitches.
Rickey's going. The throw is going. Number 938. They're going to take the base out there. He not only stole it, he got it. Imagine that, a groundskeeper. The first guy gets to congratulate him in person.
And there's nothing wrong with that leg. At least he didn't show anything when he was running the second base.
Boy, he wanted to do it at home. And now he's got one more to be there all by himself. Right now, he's got somebody there with him on the throne. He's loving it.
Robinson's ready to pitch. I hope Rickey's ready to run. Because people are still getting the standing ovation. They're the tiebreaker, or the tying stolen base, and Parrish made an exceptional throw considering where that pitch was.
Strike 3 call to Blankenship. Robinson busted a breaking ball right over the outside corner. Well, the umpire who made the call at second, Drew Coble, and luckily it wasn't that close. He had it all the way.
Good jump, head down, running hard, and looks like pain-free as well.
So Jose Canseco comes up. The A's are leading in this ballgame 5-3. With 2 out, he's not quite as likely to try to steal third, but don't count him out. He won't have to. Canseco drives him home, and as Rickey scores, Jose goes to second with his second double and third hit of the day. The A's lead it 6-3. The dugout. Special hug from Captain Carney Lansford. With Lou sitting right behind there, it'll be interesting to see if Rickey steps out and recognizes him with a tip of the cap or something. Well, it's not a matter of whether he's going to do it. It's a matter of when. Dave Henderson takes a strike.
Well, one thing for sure, Canseco wasn't going to wait too long. He got a pitch that he could hit hard. The way he's been swinging today, he's going to jump on it. Steinbach not hit that hard, and again Poloni had no chance to throw at Canseco, who has great speed, good jump, but tried to field it with the glove on the run, made the error. And there's Canseco. The ball is past Polonia, and good heads-up base running by Dave Henderson and Steinbach to advance an extra base.
Rickey Henderson, this could be the evening. Lou, as you watch Rickey go after what at a time looked like an insurmountable feat, what are your feelings? Are you bittersweet? Are you happy for him? Are you, of course you're happy for him, but how are you feeling?
I feel for Rickey simply because he's the guy who has to pull this off. And now he's standing at the 938, and when the moment of truth comes, he's going to be standing on that base, and all of a sudden, maybe there'll be 40,000 people here tonight, but it'll be a moment of silence. Only he's going to hear that silence, and I can't imagine what's going to go through his mind at that moment, but and we all go through it, have gone through it, so I would imagine I'll be running as hard as he will be running at that moment.
Rickey, what have you guys been talking about the last few games?
We've been really talking about, you know, me renting him an apartment, you know. He's been here too long, so we've really been, you know, talking about, you know, the base stealing and chasing this record. And I'm learning about that, you know, them last 2 bases to break a record seems like them the toughest bases to steal. So, you know, he's guiding me through it, and, you know, we just having a lot of laugh and enjoying this moment.
You guys got to know each other a little bit in '82 when you stole your 130 breaking Lou's record of 118. But you broke in when Lou was just finishing up. Did you watch him play when you were young? Did you say, my goodness, how could he do all that?
I don't think I watched him play when I was young. I think I learned about Lou and I learned about all the base stealing when I got drafted as a professional baseball during my minor league career. And in spring training, we looked at a lot of film on guys hitting the guys stealing bases. So the guys that were stealing bases caught my eye. So I think that's when I learned about Lou and learned about all the great base stealing. Because when I was growing up a kid, I was mainly into football more than baseball.
Lou, do you have the base in which you broke Ty Cobb's mark and then Billy Hamilton's mark? Do you have them? Or if not, who did you give them to?
No, man, I tell you right now, a stolen base record has no loyalty. It goes to whomever is performing the act at that time. I had mine locked up in Fort Knox for whatever reason, and Rickey came along and picked it. So yeah, I do have those bases. One is in the Hall of Fame, and I do have the other one.
Where does this one go tonight, Rick? Unless it's home plate where you're going to have to figure out how to dig it up.
If it's home plate, I'm going to grab a shovel and dig it up myself. But I think this one is going on my wall for, you know, I get a chance to look at it. And, you know, I gave the tie-breaking base to Mr. Hoss. Now, I felt the Oakland organization deserved that base. And so happened, I think I give the uniform or the gloves or the shoes to the Hall of Fame.
I'm going to ask you both this question. I'm going to ask Lou first, all right? Seniority here. How many can Rickey steal before he's done?
I don't know. It's depending on Rickey. When he came into baseball, he was running against the wind, and then he started running with the wind. We got these records, and now he's going to be running in the wind. So I really don't know. It's all going to be a telltale story as to whether or not he want to maintain a 9 out of 10 ratio and see if he can stay sharp. If he does that and play another 6 or 7 years, he's going to be up around 1,100 stolen bases.
12 or 1,500. Now, you've thrown those numbers out. Do you want to revise that total? 1,800, 2,000? What are you thinking?
No, if I can play probably as long as 20, 30 years, I probably can get 18 or so. But based on if I stay healthy, I'm looking at the 12 to 1,500 bases. I stay healthy and play them 6 to 8 more years, and I feel I can receive them bases.
You know, you two guys, of the top 10 lifetime in stolen bases, are the only two that have played baseball since 1930. I know with what's going on now, Rickey, maybe you haven't had a chance to reflect, and Lou, maybe you have, but youngsters out there, kind of reintroducing them maybe to the stolen base, maybe getting a young Rickey Henderson or young Lou Brock. You've put stolen base back in the marquee. Have you thought about that?
I thought about, you know, me stealing base. When Lou was on, I think when he got out of the game, the bases died down a little. And I thought Tim Raines and Willie Wilson and myself was going to bring it back, but it seemed like they tail off, and I just continue stealing bases. So I think it's called on to baseball that, you know, stealing a base can mean a run. It can create things on the base paths. And, you know, it can also mess up the pitcher from his concentration on getting the ball over the plate.
Your mission for stealing bases, Lou Brock, Rickey Henderson, tied atop the leaderboard, but will this be the evening that Rickey just sneaks past Lou? We shall see. Breaks the tie when Lou Brock. That's what the fans are here to see tonight, and we're glad you could join us. Rickey's mom, Bobby, on the left. Lou Brock with the great-looking tie. Still looks like he could steal 50 bases a year, doesn't he, Jerry?
Yes, he does. It was a pleasure to see Lou, another former teammate from the years back with St. Louis.
So Rickey Henderson, who played 4.5 years for these New York Yankees, is anxious to do it against some of his old mates. Pitch up top from Dave Island, the youngster. Confident.
Worthwhile seeing. Roberto Kelly already with a hit. This looks like a sure hit. Jose Canseco with a good jump. Gets up, leaps, and comes up with the grab to save extra bases. Jose on the replay. Outstretched as far as his frame could go. New York still leads at 2-0 in the third. We'll get back to Oakland when things warrant. Right now, let's get back to Anaheim.
His career. And he did it by blowing away the best hitting team in baseball right now, the Toronto Blue Jays. Let's go to the second inning. Nolan against the young pups. John Olerud. Sit down, John. Mark Whitten. Mark, it's been fun. And then goes Glenn Allen Hill. The dugout's that way, Mr. Hill. Let's go to the 6th now. The drama heightens. Nolan facing Manuel Lee. A possible base hit taken away by Gary Pettis. Just nothing doing for the Blue Jays tonight. Now to the 7th. Noli with Kelly Gruber. Sit down the 7th. Rather the 13th strikeout, that in the 7th inning, and the guy with the K signs probably never got a chance to take his seat. Now to the 9th. First up, Manuel Lee. The ground ball to Julio Franco. The 4-3 put out. We got one away. Second batter in the 9th, Devon White. Swinging a hot stick lately, but it was put on ice tonight. 2 outs. Now to the final hitter, Roberto Alomar. He got some wood on the ball, fouled a few off, but would not touch this one. That is smoke, and that is history. 16 strikeouts for Nolan Ryan as Texas beats Toronto 3-0. Ryan quiets the Blue Jays while creating quite a bit of his own noise. By the way, it's the 4th no-hitter thrown on this date in baseball history, but this one by far the most memorable. Ryan now with 3 more no-nos than anybody else in history, and this one comes less than 1 year after his last. Number 7, though, is by far the best.
Every year you hope you get in a position to get to do something like this, and then when you get in that position, you just hope it works out.
Masterful performance. The question was Rickey who? The irony to today's achievements is that it was Rickey Henderson who was Ryan's victim for his 5,000th strikeout back in August of '89. Today, the ageless wonder shows up the speedy guy again, which is saying something when you consider that Rickey eclipsed Lou Brock's all-time stolen base record with theft number 939. Fred Hickman has the details.
It didn't come easily. Henderson reached first base in the 2nd inning and made his bid only to be shot down by catcher Matty Noakes. But the record-making steal was a crime waiting to happen, and that it did in the 4th. Leary and Noakes the battery. Harold Baines at bat, Henderson on second. And he did it with shades on, no less. Rickey Henderson stealing 3rd base in the 4th inning of this afternoon's game against the Yankees. He did it in his home park against the team which traded him away almost 2 years ago. How ironic and how satisfying.
I'm just happy that it's finally have come, and it's a joy, and I just hope that, I can continue stealing bases.
Henderson breaks the record set by Lou Brock, formerly of the St. Louis Cardinals. 939 of them for Henderson, and in 6 fewer seasons than it took Brock to pinch his. Lou was on hand for the occasion.
I say, congratulations to you. You are now truly a legend of your time. Congratulations.
And apparently, Lou was there with a few pointers leading up to the moment.
He gave me a lot of advice that, I wasn't grinding in with my back feet. He said, over all the films that he'd been looking at me, I seems to get off the base, and then I grind my back feet into the dirt, and I push off well. He said I wasn't doing that, so next time I got on base, it was in my mind just to go out there and make sure I get a good jump and make sure I grind that foot in the ground.
Of all the 939 bases Henderson has swiped, this last one was the toughest. Lots of pressure.
Them 2 bases seemed like they were the toughest in my career, I don't know why, but...
But now the heat is off. The career record has changed hands, and Henderson, ever the self-assured one, captured the moment as only he could.
Lou Brock was a symbol of great base stealing, but today, I'm the greatest of all time. Thank you.
Fred Hickman, CNN Sports.
Great day all around for the victorious Athletics. Dave Henderson went deep for a league-leading 7th time. Ernest Riles enjoyed a 4 for 5, 4 RBI day with the stick, and Mike Moore improved to 4-0.
Back after the injury, the disabled list, you stole the record, stolen base record. How much better are you feeling now, health-wise, and more importantly, now that the record is over? How are you feeling?
I feel a lot better since the record's over, but health-wise, I think I'm about 10% more better than I was when I stole the record. I think the leg was bothering me, and I was concerned about the leg. Now I'm going out there and I'm playing a lot more freedom, so I can go out there and do the things I'm capable of doing.
Hit a couple of home runs this recent homestand. Again, having that time off, it's tough to come back to do anything, especially hitting. How are you feeling at the plate, especially getting those 2 home runs?
To tell you the truth, the timing's starting to get right on time. Based on you got to come out. When you're on the injury, you lose a lot of your timing. So right now I'm just trying to work the timing back in, see the ball well, and based on just have a short and quick swing instead of just an overpower swing.
What does it mean to you come back to Yankee Stadium? You had some great years here, most valuable player. What does it mean to come back here and play against these guys?
I mean a lot, you know, just because, you know, I played here. I know a lot of the guys on the team. You know, I had some great years, and I had a lot of fun here. The fans was tremendously good to me here. So, you know, it's just a pleasure just coming back here and playing against your teammate, and then again against to the fans that, you know, really love you and they'll pull for you.
Well, make sure those fans are booing you when you have a good 4-game series.
I hope they don't boo me, but I'm going to have a good 4-game series.
If you have a good one, they'll boo you. That's Rickey Henderson. Monty, back up to you with tonight's starting lineups.
All right, there is the lineup that Tony La Russa has just a moment ago from the airport. Well, here he is, Rickey Henderson. At least his name is not Strawberry, and they're throwing strawberries at him like they did with Strawberry over to Shea Stadium last week.
Well, now, Rickey said he hoped the fans would not boo him. And here they are. He hasn't even done a thing against them in this 4-game series, and they're already booing him.
Well, we are underway. And Chuck Carey gets the first pitch in there for strike one, says plate umpire Gary Cedarstrom. He is the umpire who called Rickey safe on that record-breaking steal of third last week. Holy Toledo, look at this. That is pretty late calling time right there. That's dangerous. Rickey's getting a big lead at first base. Take a look at him and the pitcher and the batter all at once here. A little closer that time, had to dive. Pretty close tag right there. Mattingly put that tag right on his hand. Sherwood Merrill, the umpire there, got a good look at it. Sunny out, we're in the 7th. As we said, when Rickey gets on in a tie game, the game is on. The more he throws, the more Rickey wants to steal. Getting pretty frisky over there, moving his feet around, pawing the dust. He's holding, and Hindu's taking. It's ball 2. There's a new one. Hindu takes care of the whole thing by just dumping one out into center field. So now the A's have 2 runners on and nobody down for Jose Canseco. And a tie ball game. Here's Jose Canseco spreading out wide of the plate. He's 0 for 2 with a walk in this game. Strike and a slider away. Fabian just almost ignores him out there at second. Take a quick look. Now throw as Sachs drifted in behind Rick. Took that one, and it is a ball. Rickey's running. The throw's going to go to second, and they kick the ball out of the glove of Sachs, and here's Rickey scoring. Dave Henderson kicked the ball out of the glove of Sachs, and the A's lead it 3-2 on a double steal. Boy, he almost got the pitcher. Look at that. That throw was right there. But Hindu kicked it out. Rickey sees it, and he's off and running to home plate, high-stepping it across. Hindu ends up at second. 1-2 on Canseco. And there's a fly ball into short right center field.